Hello. Now, those who have seen the first video of my climate change topic, now they obviously know that I have discussed regarding rainfall. So now it is not that simple, we can just tell, okay, the rainfall is happening in different times. We have considered, or we can consider three factors while dealing with rainfall deviation due to climate change. First one is the amount of rainfall happening in a particular season. Is this changing? If it is yes, then it is a first consideration of climate change. Second is the frequency, whether the frequency is changing or not. If this is changing, then obviously climate change has happened. Now third point is the starting of monsoon or the end of a monsoon. Now, particularly we are talking of monsoon because in India the irrigation potential has been quite good in major states. Some states are yet to develop some irrigation schemes, but luckily, or you can say that in many regions in winter season cultivation is not done in that terms, or the percentage of cultivation in monsoon season is much more than winter season in several states. So we are considering the monsoon season. Now whenever we talk of climate change, the 3 points we need to consider. First one is the amount of rainfall happening in a monsoon season, which we can look on from different government sources, whether the amount of rainfall in monsoon has changed in a particular, not only in a state, but we need to check, or we can check this even in a district level or multi villages level. Say we have considered 50 villages, and if we have any data regarding to that, we can definitely analyze the climate data, particularly considering the amount of rainfall, and we can check whether amount of rainfall in monsoon season has changed over the last few years, or is there any trend of increasing or decreasing amount of rainfall in the monsoon season. Now second parameter we need to consider while discussing climate change is the duration of rainfall days or the frequency of rainfall. So if the number of rainfall days in a monsoon season is less or becoming less, and the amount of rainfall is almost same, or the total amount of rainfall in the monsoon season is not changing that much, so definitely we can say that the high intensity rainfalls are not going to help the farmers very much. Why? Because we all know that rainfall turns into two components, or gets divided into two components. One is infiltration and the other one is surface runoff. So if the rainfall intensity is very high, so definitely the water cannot infiltrate into the soil, which will not be stored in the moisture zone or the soil root zone, but it will turn into surface runoff, and which will actually flood the areas. So this is a demerit of high intensity rainfall. Now another point, the last one, is the onset or starting of a monsoon. So this onset or this deviation or shift of starting for the monsoon is definitely one of the biggest, or I personally would say that this is the major point of climate change in agriculture while considering rainfall. Because if we are trying to grow a crop in particular season and the rainfall is not happening in its crucial time, then definitely the production is to be get affected. Okay, production will get affected. So by doing various type of things such as weather forecasting as a measure, as well as irrigation management, as well as some crop insurance schemes, so we need to combine all these things to save the farmer from the harsh effects of climate change. So in some parts, if say the monsoon rainfall is deficient, then we definitely can provide some artificial irrigation. It may be sprinkler irrigation, drip irrigation, or it even may be underground pumping, which some people might question the sustainability of the underground pumping, but I can say that If rainwater recharge is done or groundwater recharge is done, aquifer recharge is done, then definitely the pumping of the groundwater will not cause the groundwater to deplete. Rather, it will be an addition of water equal to subtraction of water from the groundwater. So groundwater table will not be that much affected if we are able to provide groundwater recharge for the villages or for the blocks where we are going to use groundwater pumping. Now the third point is that since the time can change, and definitely it is not in hands of any human being, so we need to cope up with this thing. So how this is possible if say the rainfall has not happened in a particular time, or say it has shifted? So there the farmer needs to get protected by different government schemes such as crop insurance schemes, which will not only help the farmers to cope with the cultivation, but also it will give a insight of, okay, for the researchers or for the agriculture engineers who are going to work with the farmers, so they can actually check the data, they can analyze the data for the last 25 years, and if someone finds, okay, there is a huge deviation, or say there is a trend of rainfall happening before the monsoon, then definitely we need to consider some different crops which can grow after the rainfall has occurred, or something more, or say we need to change the cultivation cycle, cultivation pattern of that area, because if the rainfall is not happening properly, then definitely cultivation cannot be done, and irrigation schedule is helpful for deficient rainfall, but if there is excess rainfall, then we cannot do anything. Drainage, I personally consider that this has been a very less discussed topic while considering irrigation management, because it is very rare to find some fields having some good drainage facilities for the excess rainfall water. So we need to think is it is different thing. We can consider rainwater harvesting or groundwater recharge while rainfall is happening excess, so that the moisture doesn't convert into runoff and flood the areas, but rather it recharges the soil moisture zone, or say it recharges the groundwater aquifer, so that when there is deficit of rainfall or when there is no rainfall, so farmers can use the moisture stored in the groundwater. So we need to consider these points while we are working with farmers. And basically Indian agriculture is a quite complex scenario where various states or various districts are facing different problems, and we need to consider each point seriously. So I hope that everyone who has viewed my two videos has got a basic idea of how climate change, induced rainfall change can affect agriculture, and what are the scopes of work that we can do while we talk of climate change impacting agriculture. So thank you.